Man. Here's what's cool about Go. He can, thank you, Japan, for making all those spots. Let's just start there, because a lot of his skateboarding is evolved from the exact spots that are nowhere else. Nobody else is going to make a quirky, cool, bendy, weird, a rail that height, but perfect somehow. Also, like, shiny. He just, wherever he is, I want to be there to skateboard, because I'm pretty sure, A, I can't do what he does, and B, I just want to see those spots, you know? Like, what an incredible craftsmanship. I can't tell you, dude, the rail with the bank right next to it, I feel like his spots made him creative. He got there, and he was like, I can't not be creative because this is here and ready to go, you know? Just incredible. And not only that, but his balance and his skill. And you know what's really cool about, and I'm learning this because it's a very American mentality where we feel like it's not fast and it's not quick and you wax it too much. You're not awesome. Where GOU MIYAGI can make anything, any speed look cool. Any speed. He could do something in other, like, he could walk downstairs and you'd still be like, I like how he walked downstairs. Like, imagine the power of creativity you have with that your focus is so much on style that people aren't questioning. And by the way, he's done it in the past. He can shred rails. He can bet, like, there's nothing about him that he's lacking. He's making up for it with this. He has chosen like a freaking, I want to say, Mr. Miyagi style, like from the Karate Kid style. Like, he's every movement. Like, I saw him walk on a rail the other day and then open a tiny folding chair and sit on the rail. You know, if I tried that, you'd be like, why do you have a chair on where's your skateboard, William? Like, that is what you would say. You would really, because of who he is, it's incredible. Even his tricks with a bike or something that he switches over and lets his creativity out in different ways. Like, I feel like I've been doing that for years with, like, some success. People are kind of like, oh, that's cool, you do the other thing. But with him, it feels like a seamless total seamless evolution. You're not going, he's not skateboarding, I'm let down. You go, oh my gosh, he's backwards on the bike, I like that. Oh, he's gonna go up the hill now. Oh, okay. Like, just you're in. And I think there's something incredible about that level of, like, artistic integrity, as far as going, you know, that guy's not thinking, oh, I wonder if they'll like it. He's not thinking about that at all. He's like, I like it, and now I'm gonna do it and then put it on the internet, and then I may delete it where there's only 4 things on my account because I feel like it. I'm like, okay, that must be nice to be making masterpieces for fun. You know?
Do you know what's super interesting about GOU as well? Like, I follow GOU and love him, like, massively. I think the fact that Heroin Skateboard supports him is so fucking sick. I think that's amazing.
Yeah, Foss is awesome for doing that, man.
Yeah, 100%. And I think you're right with GOU. It's so weird. I showed Tom a clip literally the other day where he's on, you know how he's got that pond-like rail that's like a little, like, square? Have you seen that one?
Yes, that exists nowhere else in the world, yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
And I showed him, and he literally just, like, shuffles along the rail and then turns the corner and kind of shuffles a bit further and then, like, walks off. And, like, you're right. You're like, if fucking Nigel Houston...
Imagine yourself doing it. Go ahead. Imagine yourself doing it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, it doesn't make sense, and it's beautiful in the same way. Like, again, just, you're right with his like, I guess, I want to say refinement of his movement as well. Like, there's one that he does where he runs up one rail, hops to a second rail, and then does a one-footed spin at the top of the rail, and, like, then ends up going back down the rails. Or whatever.
He just butt slides down it. Yeah. Dude, imagine me doing that line. Come on. You'd be like, but why? You would ask, but why? Go on.
So I think you're right in that he can capture people with, like, the most basic things. But something I was going to say as well is that I love his Instagram clips, but something that I really love, and I'm someone who, again, we haven't mentioned this, but I do filmmaking myself. I've, like, made a few videos. I love the whole idea of directing and writing and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so watching his skate parts is, like, such a fucking pleasing thing for me. Watching the weirdness of how his filmmaker chooses his angles and the weird lighting that they do, and also the weird connection that they have, that he'll end a trick, like, in a pose, and his, like, filmer will know, like, how to, like, pan perfectly away, and you're like, what? Like, how have you got this so perfect? So I respect his filmmaking and his creativity with his filmer almost as much as I respect his skating.
Yeah, well, and here's the thing is I also, funny enough, for the, how do you say that? Like, me wanting to feel comfortable with someone being that incredible and going, well, I have something to give too, that I was like, well, you know what? A lot of that stuff is his filmer. But if you watch his Instagram that's filmed just with a camera there, just by itself, you're like, oh, it's not the filmer, actually. Who knew? Oh, that must be nice to be able to go to 100 and then get a filmer and go to 120. That must be nice. You know, like, right? Because and if you watch that one clip from his latest heroin part where he's like board on the feet, flips upside down, flips back over. If you were to watch him do that with a stationary shot, just like at it, you would have been like, why did they film that? Right? Like, sure, there's skill in there and there's a comfort with something that people don't see often, but still the way it got filmed. And by the way, that's with my new video part, that's the exact cue that I've always taken though, where I'm like, dude, the filming should make this look really fun and interesting, or else like, what's the camera guy doing? And you know, it's funny is I've had to talk a lot of people into, I'm like, well, no. And then you flip and then you go around me and they're all, oh my gosh, that's a lot. They're like, but it's like, I'm doing a trick too. And I'm all, yes. Yes.
You're like,
yes.
Sir, you do realize that your job is to do the difficult camera stuff while I do the difficult flippy stuff, you know? Like,
yeah, do you want people to watch this more than once in their life? Or just you want to, is that what we're going for? People to scroll? Is that what we're saying? Yeah, dude, you gotta, anyway, filmer is incredible. Once again though, imagine yourself posing like that at the end of any video and you're like, doesn't work. You're like, it does if you're go.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah. Right.
Hope you all enjoyed this pod clip. Hit us with the Holy Trinity. Go to our Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, which is at Homie and the Dude. Like, follow, and subscribe to all of those. And thanks again, guys. Have an awesome day.